reminder. Anyway, The Independent on Sunday, and scheming Starmer lays claim to being the mastermind behind kicking Boris out of Parliament, Lewis.
Yes, and I wasn't paying attention to it at the time because I just thought the whole COVID thing was a bunch of zeros. But and I had COVID. I've had COVID twice, and people are going to have COVID. But there's no great institute checking out on the flu. But there is about COVID. And he said he played a game with Boris over that Partygate thing, where he says we got to get the facts down and prove these a lie because he knows that Boris Johnson is a liar. So he basically called Boris Johnson a liar. But all politicians are liars. What was Boris Johnson supposed to do? Say, hey, yeah, we were partying like it's 1999.
I don't know. I mean, perhaps... I don't really value Keir Starmer enough to believe that he planned all of this. I could have him completely wrong. And once he's Prime Minister, we might get a better feel for what he's like.
Well, this is an odd story because he's coming across like... First of all, why are we talking about Johnson's term anyway now? We're on to a new thing and it's an election coming up. But he's playing this as if... The story's like he's a great detective. I'll tell you how I did it. And he's... Keir Starmer has set out for the first time how he laid a trap for Boris Johnson. I'm reading through this story. I'm looking for what the great trap was. I'm thinking, I hid as a flower in a corner of his room. I had microphones everywhere, people disguised as flower pots. But then the next one, he laid out his specific intention. This is carrying on the story, intentional way. He set a trap for Mr. Johnson over the Partygate scandal, and we're waiting to find out what it is. And then finally the story gets to this. I knew his instinct would be to lie. It was a thread that we pulled over months. That's it. So we don't find out what he did.
No, he did say a bit what he did.
No, he doesn't. I was less bothered by what he was saying than his
He asked him
friend.
a question. The question was... What was the question?
Where's the question? The story
is caught in Starmer's trap.
The story about his forensic trap that he set.
Which is, he said that he asked a question. He said, what do we say about something like that?
No, look, this is like me, like if a magician...
Stop proving you read the story.
This is like a magician saying, I did an amazing trick where I made a shoe appear, and you say, and I'm going to tell you how I did it. And you say, how did you do it? And he says, I did it magically. Yes. That's what's going on here. There's no story. We're not being told anything.
No, it doesn't.
I use misdirection. Oh, well, that really helps.
Also, the point here that Starmer's really making is that Boris Johnson is partial to a fib or two. So, if I mean, really?
Not a big revelation,
no,
though,
I don't think it is. Anyway.